sport. And fast forward to now, Olympia 22, it's a sad state seeing him on stage. All right, let's see how these guys are looking. Wait a second, is that Ramy? Shusariya Zeleme. Oh man, this is sad to see. I think he's done. I'll be looking for the lady. So let me take you back a little bit to 2012, 2013 when Big Ramy first came up on the scene. And you guys remember, he was a favorite of everybody because when this guy would go up on stage, he would make everyone look like dwarfs. They all looked like a little munchkin Greg Doucette because the guy was so big, and he was so freaky, no one could stand next to him. And I remember watching him and saying, if this guy can get his conditioning down, he could be a Mr. Olympia one day. And what a great ambassador of the sport he would be because the guy was a nice guy. He was Egyptian. I'm Lebanese, so I had that cultural connection with him, and I was always rooting for the guy. And I figured, if the guy can learn to speak English, he'd be a great champion like Jay Cutler was, Ronnie Coleman, Phil Heath. These guys were all great ambassadors of the sport. And fast forward to now, Olympia 22, it's a sad state seeing him on stage. And I'm going to play some footage here for you guys of the top 6. And it's very, very interesting, and I got some things that I want to explain to you guys as you guys are watching this footage. So looking at Ramy, you see his lower back. It seems to just be, missing. His legs, they got those holes that, everyone made endless videos on with the holes in his legs. And the biggest thing to me is his arms. I mean, he never really had the biggest arms, but they weren't like this. His triceps looks like they were just missing. And Nick Trigilli made a good video. If you guys haven't watched it, watch it, where he analyzes the footage of Big Ramy. And he said that he had nerve damage. And I know nerve damage from my experience in life because I've had nerve damage before. And Nick was saying, it's over for him. Well, it's probably true because nerve endings, when they get damaged, take years to respond back and to grow back, to give you back the power and the mind muscle connection that you once had in them. I mean, I got injured one time, and it took me a decade to rebuild the strength in my right arm to equal it to the left side because of that nerve damage. So when Nick is saying his career is over, I mean, he might get his nerves back in 10 years, but by then his career would be over. And I think Nick is right. I mean, if you're looking at him, this is probably a big reason as to why he looks this way. And the thing is, I'm going to say, he's in condition now. And he still looks big. His legs are still big. But he doesn't look like the Ramy that we're used to. And especially not next to the other guys. And if you're looking at the other guys, right? Hadi looks amazing. Derek looks amazing. Brandon looks great. Samson came out of nowhere. He beat Bonac out of the 6th spot. He beat Labrada. He beat the fan favorite, Andrew Jacked. And look at Nick Walker. Nick Walker looks great. And Nick Walker I've been rooting for because I just think he's a great guy and I think he looks amazing. He might be a year away. But it's sad to see, Ramy this way. And if you guys notice something, I'm going to show you, okay?
It's go time. Time to take it off. It's go time. I got to jump off. Baby, it's go time. When it's y'all bedtime, I'm ready for showtime. Bring it back. Bring it back. Yeah, it's go time. Time to take it off. It's go time.
Never in the history of Olympia has a previous champion or a person that's going to win the show not be placed in the middle. And I know Dave Palumbo talked about this on RX Muscle with King Kamali. And he was saying the same thing. Never in history before has a champion not put in the middle to compare him next to the others that were next to him. So that's a telling thing. But there's something I want to add to this, and I was thinking about it. Remember how earlier I was saying about being an ambassador to the sport and how he wasn't a good ambassador. Personally, even if Ramy came in to best shape of his life, I don't think they would have let him win. And you guys got to understand, there's a lot that goes into being a champion. It's not just going up on stage and just winning. But as an ambassador to the sport, Ramy has failed. And it's sad because I remember how nice of a guy he was. And he is a nice guy. But I just think he's too reserved, too quiet. And I understand the culture because, like I said, I'm Lebanese. So I understand the cultural differences. And I think that caused issues with him and promoting the sport the way it should have promoted. So to me, I don't think he would have won no matter what, even if he came in the best shape, because he wasn't in a good ambassador to the sport. And it's sad to say, because like I said, man, I like the guy. And it's sad to see, him in this state on stage next to the other guys in this condition. But again, even if he was in the best shape, I don't think he would have won. All right, so looking at the other guys on stage, Hadi to me looks the best. With Derek a close second, Brandon third, Nick Walker fourth. Ramy, I think, is going to get fifth place. And then Samson, who I would look out for next year because he just came out of nowhere. I think he looks great. His aesthetics of his body, his small waist, round muscle bellies. I think that he's going to do some damage next year. So he's one to watch out for. But I don't see Ramy getting past fifth, maybe fourth place. But I don't see it. And it's sad to see. But you know what? That's what sports are all about. Nobody wants to see the same team winning every single year. The Patriots, the Bulls with Michael Jordan. Yeah, you want to see him win a couple, but you always want to see somebody new come out and knock off the champion. And I think this year, 100% we have a new champion. No way in hell Ramy repeats. And I think Nick Strength and Power made a video. And I was shocked. I was like, what is this dude smoking? Because whatever it is, give it to me. I need some new stuff. I've been having trouble sleeping. Because he's saying that he thinks Ramy won. So I don't know what he's doing. He may need new glasses. But overall, I think it's a good lineup. I think people came in condition. They look amazing. And this year is the year of a new champion. But we'll wait and see. And I'll do a follow-up video as soon as we see what the results are.